We were just talking about some of the reviews from Jim Caviezel's movie, and let me just remind you, Bud Light is doing really well, really well. They're no longer one of the top 10 beers in America. The experts are now saying it may never recover. There's a new move now, which I think is really wonderful. There's a tampon that wants to be gender inclusive, and so they are appealing now to everybody who menstruates. And you're not a woman, you're a menstruator, which I think is not demeaning, really at all. And Disney took another blow. Gosh darn it, Disney. It couldn't happen to a better group of people. Their stock has been downgraded, even though historically they're much less expensive than they've ever been. They're wondering if maybe they're not going to make it. So been downgraded just a bit, which, gosh darn it. Who would have seen any of this coming?
You want to talk about a terrible weekend for Disney. This was it. Pat Gray joins us, by the way, here. And we were talking about this a little bit off the air because this movie, The Sound of Freedom, which is the Tim Ballard movie that I remember, Glenn, you talking about, I don't know, 5 years ago. Like, I remember you saw it, I feel like, 5 years ago.
Yeah, I saw it finished. I was with Jim Caviezel. I mean, I saw it several times. It was really great. And then it just didn't come out.
Yeah. And what happened was that it was 20th Century Fox had it. And they were getting ready to distribute it. And then they merged with Disney. So Disney when they got control, they shelved the project. And they just were going to basically get rid of it. Over time, eventually, they just opened it up to let someone else distribute it, which is when Angel stepped in. So you go to this weekend, you have here the $350 million catastrophe of this Indiana Jones movie losing to a movie that Disney had and basically gave up
free.
for nothing.
Yeah.
That's a tough
A movie
weekend.
that cost all of $14 million and has already made over $40 million.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Let me just point out, they had that movie for free. Why did they give it? For the same reason Bud just flushed itself. Mm-hmm. Same reason. All of these companies are beginning to understand, and I honestly don't think they turned the woke ship around. I don't. I think Disney may be forever damaged. I don't know if I ever trust Disney again. It will take years to trust Disney again. And I don't think Bud Light ever comes out of this.
Yeah, and they're different approaches, too. I mean, I think for all the pathetic Bud Light stuff that's gone on, I think they are trying to pander back to the other side now. Like, they actually want to get people on the right to buy their beers. Disney has no interest in it. They seem to hate everyone on the right.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They hate traditional families. They hate everything that made that company big in the first place. And they've turned it back on all of it.
They are way ahead of everybody else. I mean, back in the 08, 09 time, even maybe before that, do you remember, Pat or Stu, one of you guys coming with me to ABC when I had a contract with ABC? Mm-hmm. And I'd go on Good Morning America, and everyone was wearing the rainbow colors on the ABC employee badge. And I thought, wow. They've embraced this. That was, 12, 13, 14 years ago that they were doing that. They gave their company over to activists long ago. There's nobody in there to go, hey, maybe we shouldn't. There's nobody left.
Yeah. I thought that was what's his face? Bob Iger. Yeah. I thought Iger. I thought he was going to right the ship, and really, he seems to maybe be more of a problem. He can't. I don't think he wants to.
No, but I don't think you can. I don't think It's almost like the United States of America. At this point, you really have to just hit reset. You'd have to fire so many people. I don't think that's possible.
it's just like it's an embarrassing part here of all of this to watch. I mean, it's American culture being shoved down the drain. It is the destruction of something that was really foundational to everybody. It used to be such a safe place, right? You'd be able to go to Disney,
Right.
you'd be able to bring your kids there, you'd be able to turn Disney on. At least you knew that was safe. And that is now really the opposite. You look at it more like a warning sign, a skull and crossbones on kids programming.
Yeah, it does.
You're
It
terrified to put your kids in front of anything Disney because you know something's going to be in there.
Including all their properties like ESPN. Even that, is suspect. Even that causes
Is in trouble.
rage. Yeah, and they're in trouble. They are.
That's why they fired half of their. They fired half of their staff. It seemed like at ESPN.
Yeah, over 20 personalities.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Big ones.
Yeah,
big people. Ones that they're top NBA analysts, right? Just down the drain.
Yeah.
This goes on and on and on and on. And I don't think Disney does not seem to want to turn it around. Ben and Jerry's doesn't want to turn this around. They don't want to sell you any ice cream if you happen to like lower taxes. They're not interested in it. Someone like Bud Light. You go down this road and you have this.
Have to.
I was at a thing this weekend. We had a little get together this weekend, and so the guy who's hosting it, opens up the little drawer that had his alcoholic beverage choices in it, and there were several loose there's some seltzers and whatever else is in there. There's one Bud Light in there. Now, as the guy's going through, he pulls up and he just picks up the Bud Light, and everyone goes, "Oh, I didn't see you like that." And everyone reacts like this now. And he said something like, "Well, no, this is an archive. This is a relic of the past. I'm holding on to it. I want to preserve it." Like this is where we are. And there was not a deep conversation about our culture going on there. It's just built into the branding of this beer now. It is central to it.
It is.
And I don't know how you turn that around.
They've gone from first, decade after decade, to 14th this quickly. That's crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
Wait, could I just say Disney has been number one with children since 1929. 1929. And look at them now. I mean, who blows that brand up? That's just insanity. Just insanity.
It really is.
And they're not going to turn it around. But I will tell you, let me give you some good news. I don't know if you've been following the lawsuit between the mermaids and the LGB group.
Have not.
But, yeah. Well, okay. So the LGB group, they believe, they're LGB. They don't really believe in the T thing. And they are saying, look, we believe in L and G and B, and T doesn't work because there's only a man and a woman. You can choose to have sex with whoever you want, but you're not changing your sex, okay? Well, the mermaids got very, very upset. Now, some might say, who the hell are the mermaids?
Okay, yeah, that was my question.
Okay, I don't really know, but J.K. Rowling, has tied them to grooming groups. I don't know if that's true or not, but the mermaids sued the LGB and said, you shouldn't be a nonprofit organization because you don't believe in the T's. I want to show you. Wow. I want to show you. This has just happened in England. This is what the English court said. The fundamental rationale of the democratic process upon which our society is founded is that when competing views, opinions, and policies are publicly debated and exposed to public scrutiny, the good will over time drive out the bad, and the true will prevail over the false. Only when differing views are expressed, contradicted, answered, and debate will the legislature be able to obtain the fullest picture of the views held by those they represent. In a free society, we must be free to disagree, and we hold fiercely to that view. What? When did they become America? What's happened here?
Yeah, they've become America, and we've become something quite different, haven't we?
Yeah. We've
Sad.
become Canada, and Canada has become Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's happening anymore. The final thing from the tribunal was the era of no debate is over. It's fantastic.
Wow, if it's true.